Hello, my beautiful viewers. How you feeling? So today is gonna be amazing. I've got amazing guests here. They're gonna blow your socks off. So our title today is Infinite in You. And that's for you, my beautiful Tammy. This show, what I wanted to create was something I was engaging in your energy, the way that you are helping other ladies, but also what you are doing for your family. And I'm truly so honored. A beautiful Barbara came along, and we're going to have an amazing show. We call Barbara our sage, our wisdom keeper, and she's truly an inspiration. So, my beautiful ones, are you ready for a beautiful, beautiful session? My quote for today, and I'm going to read it. Your growth isn't measured how high you reach, but how deeply believe that you can. So I am working on my speech for to be on stage. It's called Self-Reliance, the magic of self-reliance. And that was one of the things I had to really tap into to believe in myself. But I could only believe in myself when I start to love myself. So I'm very excited for this speech. I cannot wait for this to happen. I'm practicing it. So self-reliance, but infinitely you, the title for today's show. How do you know how infinite your possibilities is if you just know that you can? So I'm truly excited. I am going to play our beautiful sponsors video, and then my guest will be in the house. My guest will be in the house. Here we go.
Hi everybody, I'm Julie Diaz, and I'm a proud sponsor of the Power Hour. We have some of the most amazing guests from all over the world to teach us on topics covering spirituality, health, business, social media, and all kinds of other subjects. Come join us.
Hi, I'm Natalie Chilton. I sponsor the Power Hour because I'm the author of Unsilence, Use Your Voice, Words Hold Power, and I believe that our conversations are shifting narratives of hearts and minds.
So more videos to follow from all the ladies that is sponsoring. So my beautiful ladies, you are here, you are here. So my beautiful Tammy, please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from, and then we will ask Barbara the same question.
Thank you so very much. I'm so happy to be here. It totally warms my heart. I feel like I'm eating an apple pie right now, which is one of my favorites. Come out the oven, and I just want to hug my Nana, and that's how I'm feeling right now to both you and Barbara. So there's the hug. Um, I'm Tammy. I'm a mom of three. I'm a wife and a marketing and sales professional who finally got enough courage to say, I'm going to use these talents, to help other people realize that everyone's a salesperson. And because of the inequities for women and me seeing firsthand, my mom being a widow at a very young age, I started to work on some other projects. I'm the founder of Women Champagne and Real Estate to connect women with women who are doing it, as well as Crypto Smart Chicks, helping people with the way things are changing with money. And of course, I'm a big advocate for health and wellness and self-care.
Beautiful, beautiful, Tabby. And I am going to ask you if you are still making lunch for your beautiful husband. Please tell us about that.
Yes, I usually start every introduction with that. I still make my husband lunch, and so it's kind of funny because he has these guys at work that are saying, "What do you have for lunch?" And he's saying, "I don't know. My wife made it." So he told me he has to stop telling some of them because they're getting a little angry with him that someone's making his lunch for him, and they have a wife or they don't, and they're like, "Why can't I get mine to make it?" So I still make his lunch.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Tammy. And my beautiful wisdom keeper, my beautiful Barbara.
Well, thank you very much for letting me be here today. Okay, I'm an Australian lady who lives in Gisborne in New Zealand. I'm a wife and a mother, and between my husband and I, we've got 5 children. We've got 11 grandchildren, and now we've got 3 great grandchildren. And they reside in Canada and British Columbia, Australia, and New Zealand. I started my spiritual conscious journey when I was 30, so I've been in it over 40 years. And when I was 70, my life shifted and changed dramatically overnight. Well, it was 5 minutes. I was scammed. And every dollar out of our 6 bank accounts went at 70 years old, which was pure devastation. However, I understand that it was divinely meant to happen, because out of that came the Old Girl Spiritual Stuff, which is a very successful Facebook page, and my YouTube channel of the same name. And I've now got 128 videos up, all of spiritual content and spiritual nature. My hashtag is Global Goodness Matters, and I'm all about bringing goodness and fun and laughter, but spiritual messages. I've been a medium clairvoyant now for over 40 years, and so that's me. That's me in a nutshell.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Barbara. So, my beautiful ladies, I'm going to ask you your first question, but I'm going to start with Barbara, and then we will go with the same question for Tammy as well. My beautiful Barbara, can you recall a moment when you outgrew an old version of yourself?
What a great question. I am still outgrowing the old version. Can I tell you? I do believe that was part of being scammed. I recognized that the old me was complacent. I was fully retired. Everything was, going according, but not excessively stretching my brain. And that's what I've always needed, is my brain being stretched. And I believe that it was then, because in doing videos and YouTube channel, and I've got about, followers and friends, I've got around 10,000. So that takes a lot of maintenance and it takes a lot of work. But I've had to learn about AI and, oh my gosh, editing and YouTube and WeTransfer and, oh my goodness. And so to do that, I had to let that lady go who just wanted to survive and live without any recognition or notoriety. And being an Aries 8-day born, of course, we like that. We like that. The gala stuff. And so, yeah, the last time for me was about pretty much 2 years ago this month. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Barbara. And for you, my beautiful Tammy.
You know what? I agree with you, Barbara. What an amazing question. I'm not even sure how much time I have to answer it. Because
a lot of time. A lot.
There's a lot in that. Can you repeat the question again? Because I want to make sure I really get an answer that's solid, because I understand the growing part. But can you repeat the question?
Can you recall a moment when you outgrew an old version of yourself?
I have to agree with Barbara, because it's happening almost daily. I posted a quote the other day about not being able to be in control of the wind, but I can change my sail.
Yeah.
And so what's happened to me, going into entrepreneurship, making sure that I'm flexible with how I get to my goals. And so, because at first I just thought that, oh, I got this, I could do this. I'm used to doing this, or, I'm used to doing that. I'm very self-disciplined, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized that, okay, it's not working. It's not going fast enough. It's not going quick enough. And having to make sure that, okay, maybe this is not the space that I would ideally want to work in, but I'm going to learn and grow. Because when you go into entrepreneurship, you can pick and choose a lot more and then as an employee. They're telling you this, that. You got to get the numbers. That you have this, but when you go into entrepreneurship, you can really pick and choose people based on energy. You can choose people more on their integrity. You can choose people based on their own mission and vision and what they're doing for society and the community that they're in. So I've had to be really, really flexible. So it's a daily thing. I used to be really hard on myself, probably because by trait, some people want to talk about your zodiac signs. I have some traits very similar to what the zodiac sign is written about, Virgo. And it's not that I think I'm perfect, it's because I'm not perfect, that I want to do so many things with a perfection type of attitude. So when I'm around people, they know that I'm not, going to give them something like this. When it's done, it's going to come in a nice package. Here's my pink here. I'm pink girl. It's going to come in a nice package. It's all going to be nice and neat. And even though it looked like this, this is what they're going to see. And sometimes I look like this, but I want people to see this. So I'm outgrowing myself daily. It's interesting and it's so fun that I can see different things that I used to do, people I used to be doing stuff with, and now I'm no longer. That's another part of my growth. And also realizing that we're all growing into different ways. And sometimes it does mean bye bye for now. I love you. But now you're not at arm's length anymore. You're further because of where you're going and where I'm going. Not that I don't love you. So it's really difficult. It has come with a lot of challenges to outgrow that, because every once in a while something happens and it triggers me to go back into that individual that I thought I was completely outgrown, some of the habits and some of the different things. And I have to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not that person anymore. So Tammy, now you got to go in this space and stay focused. Oh my goodness. It's so challenging when you love people and you want to be around everyone. You want to help everyone, So yeah, I have to say it's a daily thing. If I go back to probably the main thing that I can remember was giving myself the confidence to know that I could earn an income using my own skills, because I had a job forever, and guess what? They were paying me for my skills. So then I'm like, well, I'm getting paid for my skills, and started to think about it. What could I really do? The skills I'm getting paid for as an employee can be used for other people to serve them in a space where now they're not being gouged for the pricing that I had to offer in the other spaces. Can you understand what I'm saying? Does it make
Yes.
sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things, the biggest thing probably for outgrowing and seeing that opportunity for myself, and then realizing I outgrew that mindset, thinking, okay, I just have to stay right here where I'm at. So just change my sail. I can't control the wind. I'll just change my sail.
Exactly.
I
I
love it.
like that. I really, really like that. Can I just jump in here and say, Sanet, when was the moment you realized that you had outgrown who you were to become the person you are now?
So I had quite a lot of pinnacle moments, but just for this year, and I totally agree with both of you ladies. You almost have to look at your life. I will not say on a daily basis, but I do on a Sunday night. I do a recall on what was good on the week and what do I need, so that I can plan my week ahead. And now with the little one, I need to make sure that my planning is great. So on a Sunday, I normally I wrote in my diary. I keep a written diary, what worked, what didn't work, and for the last. So let me tell you when I have the moment is when I realized after 4 months of honoring still a sponsor I had, that he is not going to come to the party. And for me, it was quite the way it parted and the way it's like, but I will never do this. So why did God give me a kick up my butt because of this? Because I will never do this to somebody. It's like, why? And then I realized I can love everybody. I can smile, but when it's coming to business, sometimes you cannot be that beautiful friend. You need to sit down and talk and have a real talk. And I didn't do that. And I realize it. So now one of the things is that I am doing practicing is also saying no.
Yeah.
So that's quite a big thing because I really wanted to make sure that if I can highlight you, I can highlight you. But however, so one of the things that I love from Lisa, one of our Mrs. Spots, she said, don't say but, say however. So
Oh,
I
I
said, however, um, the saying no to things that's not really part of my integrity or my beliefs. I'm getting quite good with that. But it was not without a struggle. And I had to practice in front of the mirror to make sure that I can say with conviction, no, this is not going to work for me. And still have a beautiful smile and a beautiful heart. Because I know everything that have happened is for a reason.
Yeah.
I will always love the person that was part of this equation. But I love the way that you said, Tammy, you cannot do anything about the wind, but you can turn your sails in the right way to go forward. And my sails is turned. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Barbara, for asking me the question. Wow.
I love that she just got right in there and put you on the spot. I love
I,
it.
I love it. I love it. So, my beautiful ones, Tammy, can I ask you the following question?
Okay.
What is one limited belief you recently realized? So mine was that I didn't want to say no. So that was
Mhm.
the boundary. One was that I have really, I'm working on. What was the one limiting belief that you recently released?
You know, interesting enough, as a woman and being married for so many years and also a mom, I still had this thing inside of me of wanting everyone to like me
Mm.
and me being everything to everyone.
Yeah.
And so that ended up being quite limiting because, you know, I'm from a sales background, so I know already that not everyone likes everyone, and not every client is for me. There was people I work with, and sometimes they would get that client and not me. But in this whole, I want to say, internet world of social media, because that's much more powerful than ever before,
Mm.
and being invited to different groups and things, um, I really have struggled with that part. And so that was very limiting for me. And so I've given myself permission to not really care, almost like being in high school again, of people liking me or not. And what I realized, and going to the spiritual side of things with Barbara, the right people will be there
Yeah.
and the right people will be brought to me. And same with the opportunities, and putting God first and knowing that he's really orchestrating my steps. He's orchestrating my steps in so many ways. And if I just sit and listen to that and not trying to do it on my own laurels, that it's getting me to where I need to go. So
Mm.
that also was the part of with you know saying yes to some people who need some work done or want a recommendation. I no longer do like I used to, because there's something off there with the alignment, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
even though they have
Absolutely.
something great. Yeah, they have something great, or this other person has great. I just don't connect the two
Mm.
because I feel there's something that's missing on that, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So I really have given myself permission to not have that limited belief anymore in myself, that I have to be very likable all the time in order for me to succeed. There's all kinds of references in the Bible and all kinds of books all over the world of people who were not really liked. And they sure as heck succeeded in what they were trying to accomplish. So maybe it's not going to be today, maybe it won't be tomorrow, but it comes in different doses, of what we do.
And can I just add to that, Tammy?
Yeah.
You were born beautiful. We're all born magnificent. We will die magnificent.
Yes.
We are magnificent.
Mm-hmm,
And if
mm-hmm.
somebody doesn't like you, Sanet, myself, it is actually their opinion of me that they don't like. It's nothing whatsoever to do with who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Our energies are just not in alignment.
Yeah. Yeah.
May I recall this beautiful, when I met beautiful Tammy. Tammy, in September, it will be 4 years. Do you
Right.
know this?
Yeah.
September, I think it was 4 years. Maybe maybe we'll have the right month because
Yeah.
it was just after your house burned down that you had to
Mm-hmm.
move into a hotel. And
Mm-hmm.
here is this beautiful lady on the screen, and I have a way, if you catch me, I catch you something that you do or something that attract me, I will pin you so that you were the only person on my
Oh.
screen. And then I
Oh.
will look in your eye, and I will talk to God and say, wow, thank you so much for this amazing person. Bless her. And if we need to be connected, we will connect it. And I got this sense that I need to connect to you while we were still busy on the screen. You didn't say anything. And then I went through to a few more people, and then the gentleman asked you a question, and you tell us the story that you went through a fire. You are now, I think, 3 months you were in the hotel already, and
Mm-hmm.
you are preparing. And I don't know if it was somebody's birthday in your family, and
Mm-hmm.
or Thanksgiving. You were prepared for Thanksgiving. That's right. That's right. Thanksgiving. And I went back to you, and I opened
Yeah.
you again, and I said, yes, now I know what attracted you, because you have this amazing quality of letting people know that they are home, they are safe, and just meeting you, talking to you, and I will love you forever, because you are one of those incredible women that has
Wow.
time for others, but not just time, your presence with me, for example. I always feel uplifted. I always feel I'm the only person in front of you, and I know that that's how you treat in a lot of people. So Tammy, I want to say thank you for everything that you are doing. Also, thank you for inspiring so many people in the Diamond Beauty group with your comments, what you say. Really let people know that you look at it and you listen, and your post as well is truly an inspiration for me. So I just want to say, my girl, I am celebrating you. You
Oh,
are
wow.
thank you. Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you so much. That situation that happened with the fire, I didn't want to bring it up. It was because I was asked about something, and there were many people who didn't know. I'm not that person that walks around with that information on my head. It's something that, like you said, God's orchestrating, our steps, and whatever's supposed to happen. And that's it. And I mean, they were shocked to know that because I was on a Zoom at 6 o'clock in the morning in the parking lot, in the hotel when my husband was sleeping or my son was sleeping, because you still got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward. Like I said, I don't know the wind where it's going, but I'm going to change my sail. So some people are like, what, you went through all that at the time? Yeah, I was in the hotel for like 4.5 months, 5 months, and they didn't know I was showing up on all these Zooms and all these different things. But, it was more important to me for the ones that did ask later on, for them to know that in spite of, I repeat that, in spite of, we can still continue and we can still find happiness. And no one needs to know unless you want them to, but no one needs to know, because your presence and showing up is enough. Is enough. And then we give other people permission to feel the way they feel. And then sometimes they will shake their head and say, oh, wow, they went through all that. And I'm here complaining about my car breaking down, or the traffic. I had a boss, and the wife, the mom, of the boss, she was such a lovely person. One time she said, she heard people complaining in the office, and she said, okay, we're going to talk about something here. She was a big, robust woman she was. And she said, okay, everyone put all your problems on the table. She goes, put them on the table. Yeah. She said, put them on the table. She looked around and she said, okay, now just think for a minute. And everyone was sitting there looking at her. And she said, now take them off the table. And people were like, what was she doing? She's trying to let people know that what they're dealing with is probably not as big as the person sitting beside them or across the table. And here this person was complaining about the traffic and the weather and all these different silly things. And there was other people who had tragedy things happening. But everything is important to everyone in a different way. Her point was to say that just remember that there's someone else that has it worse than you. And that was the message she gives. I'll never forget that. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow, beautiful. So, Barbara, may I ask you this amazing question? And you're going to love this question. How do you know when your soul is asking for an expansion?
What a great question.
Wow. Okay. How I know is by what turns up. That's how I know. Because my teacher, I had a spiritual teacher over 40 years ago, which I've explained before. But one of the things that she said is that when you want something, you have to meet the universe halfway, be that God, spirit, angels, whatever you like. You must meet them halfway. However, the issue is you don't know where halfway is.
Exactly.
Right? So you have to keep going until things become lighter. And this miracle pops in, that person pops in. You think of this idea and a solution comes. So where I brought that in here is that when I have thoughts, it's when it becomes easier that I know that is my soul expanding. That I'm not talking necessarily I'm meeting halfway, but what I am doing is I'm getting somewhere there and I'm on the right path. That I am experiencing the soul growth. And the other thing, without being too critical here, and I say that with tongue in cheek, as an Australian would, it's really the caliber of people that turn up as well, that are either aligned to the goals that I'm after or aligned to the challenging of my mind that I've set myself. And that's when I know that my soul, and I'm going to put it slightly differently, if I may, and I will, that's when I know my soul is starting to celebrate.
Oh, wow.
Is when I can, because I love good conversation. I'm not always good at good conversation, but I love it. And so they're the areas that I feel that my soul is being stretched, or my soul doesn't need stretching. My soul is stretching me.
So beautiful. Tammy, do you have a question for beautiful?
Yeah, I have a question. You know what? I don't even want to end this session because it's just amazing. So, Barbara, I can hear God in you. So I have a question for you. As a woman, and you sound like you have so much knowledge. You really do. Like, you're intelligent. Just ridiculous. It's my first time meeting with you. And I can just sit there with my mouth open listening to you. I love your voice, first of all. I love what you're saying. And I feel and I hear God in you. Did you always have the spirituality of God in you? Or was it something that you grew into? Because sometimes people don't realize They don't
I
realize that about
I have
people.
no idea if I've got God in me because I'm the
Mm,
same person today as I was when I was 5 years old.
wow.
I don't know any different.
Mm-hmm.
This is just who I am. It's who I've always been since I can remember.
Wow.
And uh, by asking that question, that is who you see in me. But
Yeah.
um, when I started this conscious journey, if I can say, my teacher said to me, "You will not pick up a tarot pack. You will not give a reading. You will not do a healing until I tell you you're ready." She was incredibly old school, and this word's for her, and we won't go there. And I had to follow really strict rules. And she
Mm-hmm.
said to me the first day she took me on as a student, she said, "Now tell me who God is to you." And I had to absolutely define it. And she said, "Now I want you to always remember that because as you grow and evolve over the decades,
Yes.
that is your measuring point to how much you've evolved." And she said to me, "I want you, until I tell you you're ready, to get a relationship with your people going. You
Hmm.
get your relationship with either God or the angels or your spirit people, call it as you will.
Right.
When you've got that as one, when you are working as one, then you're able to go out and work as one." So I've always had that, but I've never defined it because there so many people who do what I do, they feel coldness or warmth, they feel tingly, I have absolutely nothing. Nothing. I just open my mouth and verbal diarrhea falls out of it. And because this is all I've ever been, done, or whoever I am no different than today in my energy, in my intelligence than I was at 5 years old.
Wow.
So
That's
thank you
brilliant.
for telling
So
me
were
about
you, did you feel different growing up then? If you had you felt,
Oh, look, I was different.
you felt different?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I just knew that I was not. I just knew that I wasn't lovable. I knew that to be a fact. I knew that I'd gone through lots of hurt, and
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I had a very disruptive upbringing. I knew all that, and did I know that I was no, because that's all I know. How can I know
Mm-hmm.
what different is when all I
Right.
know is what has been?
That. Right.
I've never
Wow.
had the opposite to be able to measure anything by.
Gosh.
No. So that's
Amazing.
amazing. So my beautiful Barbara, did you see Tammy's beautiful heart-shaped glasses?
I did.
Isn't it
I forgot.
beautiful?
Yes,
I
I've
forgot
got
to
the heart
send
shape
them.
and wait till you see these ones. Diamonds.
Look at that diamonds one. Oh, let me take
Oh
a photo.
my
Ooh.
God! Now I
Now
would like
these
those.
here,
They
this
will
was a
suit
surprise. I bought these when I was visiting my mom in Nova Scotia.
you.
It was at like a pharmacy, and I looked through the, those little, how they have the stores and all these little areas for stuff. I looked through every single one because I was thinking I'm going to bring some back for the Diamonds group, and only found one pair.
You're
Wow.
the
I
only
mean,
one that can get away wearing it as well. They
it's
are so
beautiful.
your energy.
Isn't that,
Look
aren't they
how they
cool?
match your nails, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So my beautiful one, the next question is going to be for your both because I do believe there's quite a lot of viewers out there that really needs to think about this and how can they get this. So my question is, what role does courage or bravery plays in growth? So my beautiful Tammy, do you want to go first?
Wow. What role does courage? Did you say courage and what else?
Yeah, courage or bravery plays in growth.
Whew. Well, for me, it came with the self love. Once I started to actually love myself more, then it gave me the courage, to take on more and to do things that felt good to me. Not about the ego, we have to put the ego aside and then just work on the inside part as opposed to the outside. People talk about this all the time with health. You start with the inside, to get the exterior look that you want. And the same thing happened with me for this courage and growth to come together because, and it also has to do with faith for me because the courage for me is tied into my faith because I know what I know what I know, that he's not leaving me alone. I'm not alone. It gives me courage and it gives me the faith to continue doing whatever that is, you know? And then also the growth tends to come from that. But that's only because I have decided for quite a few years now, more than ever before, to put myself first on my to-do list. I'm a girl of lists. I like to tick off what I've done. I like to itemize things, what has to be done and go back. But I put myself on the top of that to-do list.
Yeah.
So that right there has given me so much growth, and they're all connected, the growth and the courage, because I'm feeling great of what I'm doing. I'm taking care of myself with my walk down by the lake. I'm always posting stuff about me going to the lake and stuff like that. And so that's part of my self-care and my coloring, and I love to color and I do crossword puzzles. Like this is just me, that I need to do. Talk to my flowers, be out there in the ground, get these nails right in the dirt.
Yes.
People are so shocked that like you're using, I'm getting them right in there. And so that has given me the courage to continue. And, again, I have to always bring back this all the time, not to rest on my own laurels.
Yeah.
Making sure that he's guiding my steps. Lots of times I'm thinking I'm doing it myself and I have to stop and slow down because guess what happens? Just like Barbara said, something changes. Something will change. Like how she said, opportunities come, people come, the right people come in the space. The same thing with me. When I'm starting to go just based on my ego, that courage turns into cockiness.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that way. I want to be a calm confidence, right? That gives me the courage and also allows me to grow. So I'm totally aware of all the things that most times I'm totally aware of my being and what feeds my soul. And these are all little nuggets that give me courage because of the faith I have. If I didn't have the faith, I wouldn't have any courage. And if I wasn't open to change and being flexible, there would be no growth. There would be no growth. I would be that person at the same job because I'm very loyal for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Saying the same role, not aspiring to the new opportunities that are posted, let me not apply for that, just stay where I'm at, So they're all connected. And I'm very much like Barbara in the sense that I have to also be around people who are doing something.
Yeah.
As opposed to complaining about something. You can't be around a person all the time who everything is a complaint. When they have opportunities or they can make and create opportunities, So it does make you change your space, who you spend the most time with or who you spend the less time with. And that's part of my self-care. That's
Absolutely.
part of my self-care.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a big part. So the boundaries have to be set in that area. I love this conversation. I can go on about this one for sure. So
I can confirm something. When I was at my lowest low in this year still, not too long ago, my husband just went back to South Africa. I just took a Sunday and I just wrote. I was not looking after the children. I said to my daughter, I need some space. I just wrote 111 gratitude sentence why I'm so grateful for God, that all my blessings, and 111. And in the beginning, the first 23, 24 went fast. But I cannot re-mention any of those. I must get new ones until my favorite number, 111. And then I had a cry. I cried like this, you won't believe. And I remember saying that day, I said, God, if I didn't say thank you for point number 88, I remember 88, 96, and 104. I want to
Right.
say thank you for allowing me to remember how graceful and how your love that you bestowed on me. And that was also my changing point of breathing again. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I could breathe again. I know that
Mm-hmm.
anything is going to happen. It's going to be beautiful, and I
Thank you.
recognize my blessings.
Thank you for that, because I have a journal that I was writing in every day, 5 things that I was thankful for. And I stopped doing that. And I've got to get back to that. I write down stuff in the morning as opposed to night. But you know what I did with that thankful? I want to piggyback off of that. Raising my kids. I'm not sure if they remember this, but I'm hoping they are. I have a jar that you would usually put candy in or money in, and it says on it thankful. It's the thankful jar. And I had cut up lots of pieces of paper, and I wanted them to, I was trying to get them to do it every day, but they weren't doing it every day. I was getting, the goal was for them to write down one thing on it, the small piece of paper that they were thankful for daily. And I was just looking at it a few days ago to saying, wow, I need to bring it closer to the tap,
Yeah.
because I want them to still see it. One of them is not here anymore. The other two are still here. I need them to come back to see that, because there's a lot of things in there. We used to review it. Oh, this is your handwriting. Oh, that was your handwriting. Look what you wrote that you were thankful for. Oh, someone said they were thankful for pizza. Someone, it sounds like it's so silly, but at least I got them in the habit of it. And then I realized I got to bring that. So thank you for that. I'm going to bring it close to the counter here so they can see it at the top to get back into it. That was a beautiful thing that I was doing for myself mainly, so I wouldn't forget what God had done for me. Because again, the ego turns into sometimes a bit cockiness, right? So
Yeah.
it was helping me to get back grounded to say, okay, two other people on the highway got into an accident. I wasn't in that accident. I'm thankful that that wasn't me. I was over in this lane. Like, there were small little things that started to happen. So yeah, thank you for that. I'm gonna get
I,
my book out
I
here again tonight.
sorry, I do mine slightly different. I love both of yours. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I do mine slightly different. Whenever something happens through the day, I thank. So
yeah.
I do my thank yous in gratitude probably 20 times a
Yeah.
day
Yes,
through
Mhm,
the
Mom.
day as they happen, because I
mhm,
have this awareness that says when I thank the universe, God, angels, whoever, they know that
mm,
I'm not in charge here, that this is a
mhm.
partnership, that we're doing it together, that they're doing the spiritual side, I'm doing the physical side. And so there's this relationship. And in that relationship, if I get a green light, oh, by the way, we've only got one traffic light in Gisborne, but if I get the green light, it's like, thank you, universe. If I get a car spot where I've asked for it, thank you. If anything, I just say thank you. And when I
Mhm.
sit down and I've had a meal, after I've eaten, I thank the
Thank
universe
you.
for such beautiful food. So I do mine constantly through the day.
Mm.
And while I'm doing it, I know the big they, recognize that I understand it's also the small things that we are so grateful for, as
Yes.
well as the big things.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
I
Thank you so
also
much for that.
I also do mine daily. I speak to
Mm.
God so many times
Oh,
every day,
Mhm,
but
boo.
that
mhm,
that exercise I've done have pivoted me to change so that I can breathe again and then start to rethink everything I'm doing. So yes, I love it. So, my beautiful ladies, we are almost about to say goodbye, but I wanted to us to spend just, I know, Barbara, you need to tell us still about courage, play in growth, so you can spend time with that as well. But then I would love us to just to how can people connect with you and how you are serving people and how can people connect to the both of you. So first of all, Barbara, what does courage play in growth? And then if you then after that can tell the people how can they connect with you, please.
Courage for me in growth is in its opposite. Courage, I see courage as after the event. because we can't see the courage as we're moving into something. We're just moving into it. And we just do it like it's second nature. It's like I'm washing the dishes or cooking a meal. We just flow into it. But it's after we've done it, we can look back and go, oh my goodness, that I can't believe I just did that. It's these recognitions that we recognize the courage it took for us. Like, I call it stupidity in the beginning and courage once I've seen it. Because when I look at me waking up that day and opening up my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and people say that was courage, I say that was stupidity, because I had no idea what was going to unfold. And like most of us out there, if we knew what was coming from our actions, I'm sure none of us would ever start it. And so we can look back at something and recognize the courage that it took us from within us. So how can people find me? If you would like, I've only got a couple of spots left. I keep it at 4,950, because I'm capped at 5,000 friends. And pretty much I only welcome women there, but you're more than welcome to follow me there. Please go over and have a look at my YouTube channel. I interview only the best people. Only the very best people do I interview, and go there. But I do also have a website, and it's called the Old Girl Spiritual Stuff.com, and come over. I've got all my offerings are over there. So thank you, Sanet, and thank you, Tammy, for your wisdom today, your inspiration, your growth, your personality. Thank you for
Wow,
letting
thank
me
you
be
so
part of
much.
that.
Wow,
Oh,
thank you. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, please look down below. Barbara's details of her connection points, and then she was also one of the authors that came to our Soul Diamond Authors Journey. I will also have a link into the description of the show. Then you can go and find out a little bit more about Grandma's Letters from Grandma. Amazing book that beautiful Barbara has done. So thank you so much, my beautiful Barbara. My beautiful Tammy, please tell us how can people connect with you?
well, I'm in Diamonds Forever group. That's one way. But, there's still lots of people in that group. You're doing amazingly, attracting like-minded individuals in there. That's one way. And of course, on Facebook, Women Champagne and Real Estate is the name of my group. And my name is Tammy Williams. So you can find me on Facebook, and then also my LinkedIn. Women Champagne and Real Estate. That's the best way. That's a group there that I have. If you want to see and connect with other women, even if you're not interested in real estate, there's women in there that are coaches, that are mentoring people. I've known people that were happily divorced and not so happily divorced, and they had to start all over. And now they can see other women doing it. So we make connections there with people for growing. So yeah, pretty much that's it for me. That's it.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, my beautiful viewers. So just remember, Tammy's details will also be in the details below. So do you know my paparazzi pen is still a hit with the viewers? So my beautiful Barbara, what is your golden nugget?
Okay, my golden nugget from the conversation today is God comforts the disturbed, and He will disturb the comfortable.
Woo!
Wow.
I love it. Are you ready?
Yay!
Wow, I love that one. I love that. My beautiful Tammy, what is your golden nugget?
Wow. Is to embrace courage, even though you might be afraid. Saddle up anyways and just do it.
Wow, I love it. Are you ready, my beautiful one? I love it. I love it. I also love the one that you mentioned about the wind. Can you just mention that again, please?
That I can't control the wind, but I can control my sail.
Yeah.
Wow, I
And
love it.
so, Nate, what's your golden nugget for us too?
Oh, thank you, my beautiful Barbara. Mine is if your why is big enough,
Yeah.
you can do anything. You can do everything. And I'm also ready for paparazzi.
Yes, I love it. I love that.
Oh wow! So my beautiful ladies, I've done. I have also do some screenshots for us for our lovely time together. So my beautiful viewers, do you feel the love? Do you feel this magic that we created today by a few questions? So before we say goodbye, there is 1 minute left. Barbara, is there one beautiful wisdom that you can bestow on the viewers?
Stay rooted in your light.
Wow, wow, wow! My
Stay
beautiful,
rooted in your light.
I love it. My beautiful Tammy.
Put yourself on your own to-do list at the top.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love it. I love it. So, my beautiful ladies, are you ready to have a dance with me? And then the viewers, okay, okay. I didn't forget about the dancing. And I know you said we want to dance. So, will you have a dance with us, my beautiful viewers?
Yes.
They said yes. They said yes. Here we go. Wrong song, wrong song.
Oh, my diamond's up.
Tammy, I love your glasses.
Walking on sunshine
Beautiful.
or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or squinting in the sun. Sprinkle me with
Bye bye,
fairy
everyone.
dust.
Bye bye.